Imagine two people buying the exact same cryptocurrency on the exact same day. Both invest $5,000. 5 years later, one quietly builds enough wealth to change their life. The other is still telling people, if I had just held a little longer. How is that possible? They bought the same asset, at the same price, in the same market. The difference wasn't the coin. It was the investor. And that's why most crypto investors never make real money. Not because crypto doesn't create wealth, but because most people never learn the rules that actually create wealth. The greatest lie in crypto. When most people enter crypto, they believe one thing. I just need to find the next big coin. Every bull market creates thousands of videos promising the next 100 times opportunity. Everyone searches for hidden gems, secret altcoins, early projects, insider opportunities. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The biggest winners rarely became rich because they found the perfect coin. They became rich because they managed risk better than everyone else. Finding opportunities is important. Keeping your money is even more important because wealth isn't built by one lucky investment. It's built by surviving long enough to benefit from many good decisions. The hype cycle, nobody escapes. Every market cycle follows almost the same pattern. Prices begin rising. News spreads. Social media becomes obsessed. Friends who never cared about investing suddenly become experts. Success stories appear everywhere. A fictional investor named Alex watches prices double. He waits, they double again. Now he feels left behind. Fear of missing out takes over. He finally buys, not because the investment became better, but because everyone else was making money. Ironically, that's often when risk is highest. Markets don't become safer because more people are excited. They usually become more dangerous. Yet most investors mistake popularity for safety. Confusing price with value. One of the biggest mistakes investors make is believing a lower price means a better deal. A coin trading for $1 feels cheaper than one trading for $1,000, but price tells you almost nothing. Imagine two identical houses. One is divided into 1,000 ownership pieces, the other into 1 million. Each piece has a different price. But the houses themselves haven't changed. Crypto works the same way. The number on the screen often tricks investors into believing something is cheap. Instead of asking, how much does one coin cost? Successful investors ask, what am I actually buying? Understanding value matters far more than chasing low prices. The addiction. Nobody talks about crypto doesn't only reward investing, it rewards excitement. Price alerts, green candles, breaking news, market predictions. Many people slowly stop investing and start gambling. They check prices every few minutes. Every small movement feels meaningful. Every red candle creates panic. Every green candle creates overconfidence. Eventually, investing becomes entertainment. The problem?
Focus on your habits.
Entertainment is
Have
expensive.
patience with the system.
Financial success
and you will
usually
reach
looks
your
boring.
goals.
It involves patience,
Start
planning,
building your wealth
risk
today.
management, and long periods of doing absolutely
Start building
nothing.
your wealth today.
Why most people never take profits. Imagine someone buys an asset. It doubles, then triples. Eventually, it's worth 10 times the original investment. Instead of selling part of it, they wait. Because everyone says, it's going even higher. Then the market falls. 10 times becomes 6. 6 becomes 3. 3 becomes 1. Eventually, they're back where they started. Not because they made a bad investment, because they never had a plan. Greed convinces people that selling is giving up future gains. Reality says taking profits is how gains become real wealth. Unrealized profits can disappear much faster than they appear. The hidden enemy. Position size. Here's a mistake almost every beginner makes. They risk too much on one idea. Imagine losing half your money. You don't need a 50% gain to recover. You need to double what remains. The deeper the loss, the harder recovery becomes. Successful investors understand something beginners ignore. Protecting capital creates opportunity. Destroying capital destroys
Look at my paycheck
options.
and investments.
The goal isn't to
I'm
win
finally
every
building
investment.
real wealth.
It's to make sure
Nothing
one
can stop
bad
me
decision
now.
never ends the game. The comparison trap.
Huh?
Social
Nothing
media
can
creates
stop me now.
unrealistic expectations. Someone turns $1,000 into $100,000. Another claims they became financially free overnight. Thousands of people believe that's normal. It isn't. People rarely post years of losses. They rarely show failed investments or sleepless nights. You only see the highlight reel. Comparing your financial journey to someone else's edited success story is one of the fastest ways to make emotional decisions. Real wealth usually grows much slower than viral videos suggest. The investors who quietly win. The investors who consistently build wealth often look boring. They don't chase every trend. They don't panic during every crash. They don't invest money they can't afford to lose. They don't expect every investment to change their life. Instead, they focus on consistency. They learn continuously. They manage downside before chasing upside. And they understand one simple truth. Making money is important. Keeping money is everything. The real secret people often ask, what's the best cryptocurrency? But that's the wrong question. A better question is, what kind of investor am I becoming? Because eventually, your habits matter more than your holdings. Markets change, technologies change, trends change. But discipline compounds, patience compounds, knowledge compounds. Good decisions compound. Those are the assets that survive every market cycle. Most crypto investors never make real money. Not because the opportunity isn't real, but because they confuse excitement with strategy. They chase hype instead of value, prediction instead of preparation, luck instead of discipline. The market doesn't reward the loudest investor. It doesn't reward the smartest person in the room. And it certainly doesn't reward the one who checks prices every 5 minutes. Over time, the market tends to reward those who can manage risk, control emotion, and think in years instead of days. Because in the end, crypto isn't just a test of your ability to pick assets. It's a test of your ability to make better decisions than the crowd. And that's the difference between watching wealth happen and actually building it. The truth is, every market cycle creates two kinds of investors. The first spends years chasing the next big opportunity. The second spends years becoming the kind of person who can recognize an opportunity, manage it wisely, and protect what they earn. At first, they may look the same. They buy the same assets, read the same news, watch the same charts. But over time, their habits pull them in completely different directions. One relies on hope. The other relies on a system. One reacts to every headline. The other follows a plan. And while everyone is searching for the next coin that could change their life, the investors who quietly build lasting wealth are improving something far more valuable than their portfolio. They're improving their judgment. Because markets will always rise. Markets will always fall. New technologies will appear. New trends will capture attention. But the ability to stay patient, think clearly under pressure, and make rational decisions when everyone else is emotional, that's an advantage no market crash can take away. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. Crypto isn't a shortcut to wealth. It's a mirror. It doesn't just reveal which assets you choose. It reveals the kind of investor you've become. And in the long run, that's what determines whether you simply experience the market or let the market transform your financial future.